This is my Bosch 4100 table saw, and you can see it's right here. So what's happened when I was cutting very long pieces of wood, I wasn't able to hold it well, and eventually it goes this way and hit the blade, and the motor almost stopped. After that I start hearing, when I turn on the table saw, I start hearing the very strange noises. I mean, it's like roaring, rumble, strong and not pleasant at all. So I wanted to replace like whole motor as a full assembly, but it was not possible to do because they just don't sell like assembly. I have to do it piece by piece. I mean, to find out supplier who can do the repair. So, and price wise it would probably cost me good bucks. But anyway, I decided to do it myself, and today I'm going to show you how to do this yourself to replace ball bearing. In my case it was ball bearing. I know this for now, but at the beginning I was not sure is it a gear or ball bearing. So first step, you need just to remove the blade, which I already did. So blade is here, right? So then you need to remove these 4 screws here, there, and 2 here. Leave those at the center where the bright plate, leave it intact. So those 4, black one, I just unscrew it a little bit and remove it. Unscrew the last one. Oops. Okay, and carefully remove this piece here. So I thought my problem is this ball bearing, but if you can see, there is no noises. It's very smooth rotating, and this wheel also smooth. If you look into this, there is no damage in the teeth. So this piece is okay, nothing wrong with that. So now I need to go underneath of the machine and check it out, the motor itself. I place machine like this and go inside. I need to unscrew these 2 black screws, right? 2 of them. I already unscrewed them. So this is first step. Next step, we have to go to here and unscrew these 4 screws. As you can see, you can do it easily for 2 of them, but not for 4. Two of them is far away. As you can see, I already tilted my blade to 40 degrees or so, and now I can go to the motor, and as you can see, access is much better. So I already unscrew 3 screws and the last one left, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, gone. Now remove the cover. Carefully. I forgot to mention that before you remove the cover, don't forget to remove carbon brushes here and other side. It will be much easier. So now, as you can see, armature is there and available for you to pull. Just carefully, slightly shaking and pull it. Shake and pull. Okay, done. Now, this is how it looks like. This is where my problem is, probably. Okay, now I have to check the ball bearings and everything else, what could be. So if I rotate this one, is very smooth, no noise at all. However, if I rotate this one, do you hear this noise? Yeah, this ball bearing actually it's changed the color of the metal to bluish, which means it was overheated at some time. So definitely this ball bearing is done and needs to be replaced. So now when I identify the piece which is broken, which is this, it's a here's our blade, this is far end of the armature. I need to remove it, so I use the piece from my joint bolt remover from car, which almost ideally comes to here. So because this is very small one, I use a socket, small socket, to put here. Oops. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay. And this, it comes off quite easily. Okay, done. So this is the ball bearing we need to replace, and this is the how it was sitting there. I already found the ball bearing to replace this one, the factory one. The factory one actually cost at Bosch store about $7.90 US. So even though it's very common ball bearing, I purchased it in Princess Auto, which is Canadian store for many stuff. This is brand new piece, as you can see, the same type, size, everything the same, but this one cost $2.99. So $7.90, $2.99. I am pretty much sure they are identical to the characteristic, I hope at least, or if not, then it will not be a big deal to replace it. As you can see, this operation maybe half an hour altogether. So now I have to install it. So this is how replacement ball bearing look like. Installation was quite easy. You just put it on top and hit with a hammer carefully, slowly, until it sits to the flat. Now I'm going to install it back in the opposite order to the table saw. When you will be putting back armature and the cover, do not try to insert armature at the same as it was before manually, because I found out it's not that easy to do and probably easy to damage anything. Instead, I put the cover and start tightening these 4 screws just slowly and evenly, so that the cover actually centers my armature and guide it to the place. So a little bit from each side slowly, and you put it as it's supposed to be. As you can see, it's almost there. The next steps would be to install these carbon brushes. So they should come like this. Okay. Okay, insert, and here's the cover. Cover it. Okay, use this cut on the side to insert a big screwdriver and tighten. Okay, tighten well. Now the other side. Now let's raise this piece back and install the rest. Now I'm going to install this piece back as it was before, like this. It was really tricky to match those 2 screws with their flange in the back. So, but I managed to do this with small hook, which I insert from these and here's places. So don't forget to tighten well these 2 screws. They hold front ball bearing in place. I replace grease. This is where my gear is going to run. So now time to install it. Okay. Okay, so install those 4 screws and, like with the motor, slowly and evenly tighten them so it will be self-centered after that. Okay. Now it is a time to put it back and let it run to see if it works at all. Okay, the most dramatic moment. it works like a new one, the same sound like brand new. And all of this 2.99 Canadian for the ball bearing and half an hour of your time. So not a big deal. Everyone can do this. So just be encouraged with this video. Thank you, and have your time with your tool good.